Welcome to our continuing coverage of the 2025 Spikers Turf Open Conference here on One Sports Plus and Pilipinas Live. The PGJC Navy Sealions going up against the Alpha Insurance Protectors, and we're seeing them before the tournament started, all smiles on their faces, but they both know that they are in desperate need of a win here today. Welcome to the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan. As we take a look at the games today, you just finished watching the Zabuch Spin Doctors taking out the VNS Griffins 3-0, while this next one is going to be the Sea Lions against the Insurance Protectors, followed by the big one, Signal HD Spikers going up against the Crisscross King Crunchers at the 6:30 p.m. serve. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Paul Darzaya alongside Judo Shoson. It is Fiona Bacani joining us on the sidelines later on. Great to be here with you. I mentioned it a while ago, these two teams in desperate need of wins at this point of the competition.
That's right. The Sea Lions have lost of their last two matches against the top current teams, which is Crisscross and Team Signal, and on the other hand, Alpha Insurance still searching for their first win in this conference.
We take a look at the standings there. You mentioned it a while ago. These are the teams near the bottom. Of course, VNS did drop down after the loss a while ago. But a win here for Alpha Insurance Protectors would mean that they would get just one step closer to at least knocking on the door of a potential playoff berth. Of course, double round robin tayo dito.
That's right.
Should be interesting.
Double round robin, and only the top 4 teams will move on to the quarterfinals, to the semifinals, and then from then on, single round robin, and the top 2 teams will battle out for the gold, and the top 3 and 4th will for the bronze.
And of course, we got to take a look at what happened last time around for the PGJC Navy Sealions. It was a game wherein they wish they were more complete. Unfortunate for them, that happened against a certain Signal HD Spikers, who we all know are a pretty good team.
That's right. Sea Lions still short-handed with the absence of Joven de la Vega. And then Signal got a lift from 14 errors in the first set, allowing them to get ahead. But from then, Signal won on the second, third, and fourth with a very dominating win against the PGJC Navy.
Well, PGJC Navy Sealions could not take advantage of a plus 15 count in terms of opponent errors and the 2 aces that they had, because just look at that disparity in terms of attacking partners, 64 to 29.
64 to 29 only, but we have here John Jacob. Early on their previous games, they rely on Greg Dolor much on this game, and with the absence as well of John De La Vega. But somebody needs to step up to help Greg Dolor. That's John Jacob, scoring 13 points on their last game.
You know, a favorite from our Ola Kababayans down south, because he is a former star of the University of Mindanao, Davao. And of course, he led Navy in scoring that last game, as you mentioned. He also provided 3 blocks in that one. So we say supporting fire, but may need to take more of a leading role here today. Now let's take a look at the last game of Alpha Insurance, because for them, it was not a happy ending as well. They need to finally get on the winning track. But you know what? They're getting closer and closer.
That's right. Close games, close sets, but the crucial errors that they commit on their last games made VNS got their first win on their last game.
And of course, you take a look at their numbers in just a bit. You mentioned the errors. There was around 32 errors committed by Alpha Insurance in that loss against VNS. But another thing that they should hang their hat on, or at least be happy about, is the fact they dominated both the blocking and the aces department.
But still, I want to maximize on that error. So in this game, I think who's going to be the lesser error will go home with a win today.
And of course, if you keep it cleaner, it'll be better. But then let's take a look at Vincent Nadera. This is a guy who, in the past, when he used to play for FEU, medyo bit part player siya. But this time around, he has been stepping up and has having a bit of a breakout in the conference.
That's right, a breakout performance against Borge, where he scored 26 points. Vincent Nadera again got to start against VNS. He again finished as the team's top scorer.
And of course, we're also going to be joined by our sideline reporter here, who's making her debut. We'll also try to step up here. Don't see Fiona Bacani. Fiona, take it away.
Yes, so thank you so much again for that very warm welcome. And of course, we love hearing from all of our fans. And if you are currently on the Pilipinas Live app, there is a poll running right below your streams asking supporting cast will come up big today. Will it be the PGJC Navy Sealions or the Alpha Insurance Protectors? by joining in on the conversation online by using the hashtag SpikerSurf2025. And of course, you can also visit our social media pages on Facebook, X, and Instagram to stay up to date with the league. Now, you definitely don't want to miss the volleyball action coming up in just a few moments. But for now, it's time to turn you over to the venue announcer.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Phil Oil Eco Oil Arena in San Juan City and Season 8, the Open Conference of the Spikers Turf, where power meets passion. We are in our second of 3 matches for you for today in the preliminary round. And for match number 14, let us welcome the defenders of our seas, our PGJC Navy Sealions, and their challengers, our newcomers to our league, the Alpha Insurance Protectors. Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Patrick Alan Castillo. Second referee, Mr. Mark Santos. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our PGJC Navy Sealions. Let's begin with jersey number 4, Seaman Second Class, John Ashley Jacob. At number 6, Jason Uy. Wearing jersey number 10, Harold Domingo. At number 15, Seaman Second Class, Peter Kiel. Number 19, Seaman Second Class, Jeric Carangyan. And number 24, Owen Jaime Suarez. Starting libero is number 13, Seaman Second Class, Jack Kalingking. Head coach, Mr. George Pasqua. Calling on our Alpha Insurance Protectors. Let's begin with their team captain, who wears jersey number 11, Edward Camposano. At number 7, Jose Magdaleno Javelona. Wearing jersey number 8, Raymond Sabanal. At number 12, Jerome Lopez. Number 16, Jefferson Abunyawan. And number 18, Vincent Jade Nadera. Starting libero is number 4, John Maru Takeda. Head coach, Mr. Fritz Michael Santos. This is match number 14, preliminary round, Season 8, the Open Conference of the
Let's take a look at the
Spikers
lineups here
Turf.
for the PGJC Navy Sealions, headed by Coach George Pasqua. Again, got to watch out for John Jacob, the guy we previewed a while ago, providing that extra oomph for a certain Greg Dolor, who is not starting here for the PGJC Navy Sealions. As we take a look at the Alpha Insurance Protectors on the other end, a similar lineup to what we saw last time around for them. Let's see if they can have a different result, though. That's what they're looking for here. Edward Camposano starting up here. Did not start that last game, though. So let's see whether or not that little change could be a difference maker here against the PGJC Navy Sealions. Thank you very much for joining us on Pilipinas Live and on One Sports Plus. This is the 2025 Spiker Surf Open Conference. Of course, Paulo De Rosario alongside Julius Shioson. Fiona Bacani joins us on the sidelines. And it is a good start here for Alpha Insurance. Partner, we were talking a while ago, keeping their game clean. Keeping it error-free, or at least minimizing it, is probably the biggest key factor here for Alpha Insurance.
That's right. We both know that on their last few games, they committed a lot of errors, which
A lot of errors, which really proved to be one of their detriments in the entire game. Of course, itong si PGJC Navy Sealions naman, I think it's fair to say, it's finding that consistent source of offense that has been a problem for them here as Alpha get off to a great start here, 2-0.
And also an interesting change of players on the side of PGJC Navy. You have Jason Uy, who's a former, actually a libero for Philippine Army, but now he's playing as a spiker for Navy.
Owen Suarez with the setup. Navy unable to really get going here. Suarez with the setup, and that is a bit long, or is it? Yes, it is. So the point will go the way of Alpha Insurance. So there is actually quite a few players missing here from the PGJC Navy Sealions. We'll probably get more on that later from Fiona Bacani. But then just taking a look at the two benches, partner, parang medyo obvious na kulang ang Navy ngayon.
Mukhang wala din si Greg Dolor talaga. And of course, still, Joven de la Vega missing the action today.
Of course, if we're going to take a look at who from the Navy Sealions will stand up or should stand up, itong si Peter Kiel is another guy we have to watch out for. First point, by the way, there for PGJC Navy Sealions as Jason Uy takes to the service line. 13 points si Jacob in that last game against Signal HD Spikers. And of course, Peter Kiel and Greg Dolor had 10 points each. Pero kung wala si Greg Dolor, Peter Kiel has to do a bit more. And what a block again here coming from Alpha.
Oh, what a timing there by Javelona on that block. Perfect timing, perfect execution. Positions there, the hand. Good block.
Basang-basa as Jacob could not get going yet.
Ooh.
And as we say that, of course, medyo na-excite siguro. And left that a bit short going down left.
That was Abunyawan with that miss-hit on that service. Now serving Peter Kiel.
Peter Kiel with a serve. That was a safe serve there. Oh, a soft touch. Nadera. Well, that could have been a bit of a disaster there. Good floor defense. Good coverage shown here by Alpha. They go the other way, playing that long, and it just dips down at the right time.
A good placing there. The end line. Good target.
Itong PGJC Navy Sealions, it feels like this conference has been about next man up mentality. If you take a look at their lineup, syempre, when you take a look at De La Vega, you take a look at Peter Kiel, you take a look at Greg Dolor, and all these other contributors, even Owen Suarez, there is a lot of talent in this group, pero yung consistency wala so far, as it's now a 6-2 lead in favor of Alpha. There's a challenge here coming from PGJC Navy.
I think no more challenge. Alpha Insurance, umamin na.
Yeah.
That, call.
Honesty is the best policy nga.
Sometimes kasi yung momentum baka mawala pa pag hinintay yung challenge.
Yeah, and with that, by the way, it's now 5-3 in favor of Alpha. But Alpha score again, this time Javelona going up top. At ang ganda ng simula ng Alpha ngayon.
Javelona with a cross-court hit. Another former FTU Tamaraw for Alpha Insurance.
And Owen Suarez trying to be a bit clever there. Not that time though. Suarez with the setup once more. Trying to brush that off the hand of a blocker, and he does.
Check ball. The hands of Camposano on that running attack. And now, you're only down by 2 points.
You know, if you're Alpha though, and you're taking a look across the net, and you see na medyo kulang yung PGJC Navy, you're gonna be excited. Feeling mo na ito yung opportunity para makaunang panalo ka. But of course, easier said than done, because this is still a very loaded PGJC Navy in terms of at least on paper and the talent level that they have.
That's right. And then they can also afford to relax on this game.
Good rally here so far. A bit cagey between the two, at least in this particular point. And Camposano almost scoring, but great coverage, great recovery from Jacob. Back row, soft touch, kept alive, pop back up. And it looks like there's going to be a foot fault here that they're going to try to challenge. That's straight away from Navy.
A bit late, but still, I think it's in the window time. Call that challenge. And I think mukhang may tubapak talaga eh. Hindi lang nakita ng ating
I'll
mga
trust
officials.
your eyes, partner, kasi nasa harapan mo.
Yes.
Like you are literally on the line.
I was actually waiting for the buzzer. Pero yun nga, medyo natagalan lang ng konti. Mukhang nag-isip din.
Tignan natin kung malino talaga yung mata mo. We're gonna find out together. But of course, for PGJC Navy, medyo mabagal yung simula. But from a player's point of view, as we take a look at this here.
Line.
Yeah.
I think half an inch tumapak si Javelona.
And let us credit that point to Coach George Pascua na masasabi na natin dito sa box score natin, naka 1 point na siya.
Kung pwede lang, may score din ang coaches.
Oo. Well, of course, syempre magiging error yan in terms of the stats for those wondering. Pero binalik yung punto.
Actually, isa yun sa mga tinanong kanina sa mga players Nag-interview ako sa mga players kanina. Sabi ko, kung meron kayong bagong batas na i-imply sa volleyball, ano yun at bakit?
Yun ba yung kailangan may points din yung coaches? Tama ba? Okay, pwede naman.
At mga referee din.
And that was a good push here coming from Navy. And all of a sudden, 1-point game here between the two. I was saying before this game kanina sa prod room, just talking to Fiona and Yuna, feeling ko talaga this is one of the games wherein I am not sure of what the result would be, and I think we're seeing just why.
That's right. And also a lot of surprises kasi nga ang dami ring wala on the side of Navy, but still lumalaban pa rin sila.
And Alpha with the lead here going to our first technical timeout. Don't go away.
The volleyball action continues here at the 2025 Spikers Turf Open Conference. Now, Paolo and Yos, as you've mentioned earlier, we've been looking at the PGJC Navy team without team captain Greg Dolor, Omar Leoc, and Marvin Hairami, to name a few, as they're schooling for promotion with the Philippine Navy Career Course. Despite this, no excuses pa rin, sabi ni Coach George, kasi nag-ensayo naman tayo. Whether they're filling in or have been a key player for the team, Coach reminds them that every second on the court is an opportunity to showcase what they have. Every moment is limited, so this is a time to give 101%. They may be up against a younger, more aggressive team, but today they're banking on experience to win. Dagdag pa ni Coach na gusto namin maka-inspire, lalo na sa mga wala dito na gustong tumulong. Sa pagtapak sa court, kahit wala yung lima, no doubts, no regrets, maging positibo lang. Balik sa inyo.
Maraming salamat. That was Fiona Bacani with that report. So good luck to Omar Leoc, to Marvin Hairami, and Greg Dolor in terms of his schooling promotion nila. Again, they are servicemen. They are representing the Philippines in more ways than one. Kaya good luck sa inyo as at the moment, Alpha with a 2-point lead after that score coming off this first technical timeout. Si Nadera, another guy to watch out for here. And alam mo, Yosa, we gotta talk about si Fiona kasi kinolot ko siya kanina. Like, what about Navy? And I think it's safe to say, napaka-detailed yung report niya kanina.
That's right. And yung mga tanong natin din kanina kung bakit wala yung mga players. So far,
parang hindi siya na-nervous, no? So let's take a look at this again. PGJC Navy strikes back, or at least try to strike back here. As Alpha now with a 3-point lead. When you have so many key players away from your lineup, ano yung mindset ninyo going into this one? I know we always say next man up, pero yung adjustment period, normally, it's tougher than that.
That's right. Kaya yun yan, sa training pa lang, talagang pinagpapracticean na nila yan. Sabi nga ni Coach George, talagang nag-training din sila kasi nga ang daming nawala sa kanila. And of course, coming into this game, yung mindset din talaga ng mga players na dapat handang tumulong sa team kasi nga ang daming wala on the side of Navy.
Here's Suarez with the setup again. Soft touch, nothing quite there. Back row attack, Camposano. Eventually, the control there's a free ball to play with para sa Alpha. Oh, and that's a lot better coming from Alpha.
A spike there. Alpha Insurance. Naiwan yung blockers, mabay sa setter.
Here's Minoncia, who was not even a part of the lineup ng PGJC Navy Sealions in that last game. As we take a look at this again.
That's a bunyawan on that quick hit.
Okay, now Minoncia, ito naman sa PGJC Navy Sealions, was not part of the lineup last time around. And this just goes to show you the opportunity that you have to really shine. Minsan, wala kang minutes talaga. Pero ito, bigla, nasa lineup ka. You're going to play a game wherein your team is in the desperate need to win.
That's right. Dapat anytime talaga, handang-handa kang lumaban. Lalo na yung mga emergencies na ganyan, dito mapapatunayan na kung gano'ng katatag ang isang player.
And that you deserve a spot here. So 8-12 in favor still of Alpha Insurance. It was just a good example of a good receive, a good pass, but then the defense was up to it for PGJC Navy.
To set.
That was really tight. As Suarez putting that up. And the back set trying to get that close to the corner, but then I believe they challenged this. They're taking a look at the bench. And sabi ng Navy, at least the players themselves, no, don't challenge that. Again, good start here for Alpha, who, again, this is a golden opportunity against the PGJC Navy Sealions as Suarez with the setup. Ooh, and that was picture perfect for Kiel.
Finally, a good pass on the side of Navy. Yun yung mga kailangan nila. Pag better reception, makaka-atake dito si Peter Kiel and also some mid. At makaka-establish din sila ng mga set plays.
Peter Kiel with the serve. Oh, and that wasn't the best of receptions, and that will go the way of Navy. That'll be called an illegal block kontra sa Alpha.
But a challenge reaching beyond.
I like that term, reaching beyond. Parang sci-fi na hindi.
Before kasi parang called an overreaching.
Overreaching. That feels more like volleyball. Ito parang mas formal. But I like it. I like it. Again, reaching beyond is the challenge here.
But if, I think kung backline dito ang setter nito, Alpha Insurance, mukhang siya yung sumobra ng reach eh. Mukhang nasa kabilang side na ng court yung bola, but we'll wait for the challenge system.
Well, of course, thank you very much once again for joining us here on One Sports Plus and Pilipinas Live. And this is a crucial matchup between these two with Alpha Insurance Protectors looking for their first win. And if they get the win here, you never know if they can sneak in to that fourth position and really go beyond just being here in the elimination round. At sa kabilaan naman, of course, PGJC Navy Sealions only one win under their belt early on against VNS was their only win. And are trying to double up here and take advantage of the loss a while ago of VNS. Let's take a look. Is it reaching beyond? Ooh. No is the call.
Because the ball is parang almost nasa side na nito. Navy.
Yeah, so they're having a conversation here. As you take a look at Coach Fritz Michael Santos, who is he saw the replay, doesn't necessarily agree. Yan yung mahirap minsan kapag nakita mo yung replay, hindi ka pa agree
That's right. Kasi may mga officials talaga tayo dito.
Yes.
Nagja-judge kung ano yung final decision. But I think, looks like hindi inagaw kasi sabay silang nag-touch and nasa kabilang side na talaga ng court yung bola.
Well, that was a tight call. Either way, we're going to rely on the judgment and the wisdom of yung mga officials po natin. So 3-point lead here for Alpha Insurance, but let's see if that extended break would actually fire them up or let Navy get more rhythm here. Javelona with the good attack, but then the defense on point here for Navy. Just popped up. Javelona trying to make something out of nothing. At the net and dunked down.
But a lifting was called on Navy. Medyo matagal sa kamay.
Tama. That's a good call. That's a sharp eye there from our referees. 4-point lead here from Alpha. Also you, partner. Tama ka nga, you have good eyesight.
So far, pag malayo, pag malapit.
So far, oo.
Pag lalo na pag gabi, pag nagdo-drive, doon ako nahihirapan.
Farsighted ka pala.
Pagka mga ganitong fast place. Medyo nasanay din kasi tayo sa volleyball. Katulad doon, ang bilis ng palo doon ni Camposano.
Just 1 point away now from sending us to our second technical timeout. But it looks like it's going to be a foot fault challenge here.
Okay. Yun, hindi ko nakita.
Yeah, okay. Sige, I'll forgive you for that. You didn't make a call naman. So Navy with the challenge for a foot fault. They already won one foot fault challenge a while ago. So let's see whether or not their eyesight's as good as my partners. And of course, itong PGJC Navy Sealions, if you're just joining us, so walang Omar Leoc, walang Marvin Jairami, walang Greg Dolor, 3 players who can make a very big positive influence in this game, especially itong si Greg Dolor. And now we are going to expect more come from the likes of itong si John Jacob, itong si Peter Kiel, and of course even the defense of Jacqueline King. As we take a look at the attack line fault challenge here.
Ooh, malayo.
Yeah, that was a bit far. And that's going to be failed challenge, and Coach George is like, oh nga tama. No complaints there. Baka in real time it looked a bit closer, but either way, 5-point lead here for Alpha, and 1 point away from sending us to our second technical timeout of the frame. Heavy serve, Suarez here to set that up. And just the connection, medyo kulang para sa Navy. But as I say that, here's another opportunity for them. That's much better.
Finally, Jacob with a clean hit.
That may have been their cleanest setup, their cleanest hit of the game so far. Let's take a look at that again.
Good backset there. Coming from Owen Suarez. Medyo na late doon yung libero dito ng Alpha Insurance.
Okay, Cajolo Napolinario checking in here for Alpha Insurance, trying to send us to our first technical timeout. Again, these are 2 guys that Alpha normally bring in the second frame, but here trying to finish this one as Javelona gets a score and sends us to our second technical timeout. 16-11 to count here. Don't go away.
Kung ngayon'y nag-iisa, sana ay tabihan na. Buwan po. By, nakalimutan ko. Juan Carlos, oo. Sa ilalim ng puting ilaw, sa dilaw na buwan.
Alam mo, minsan, there's a time we call that spike the mic. At minsan, I personally believe we call it spike the mic kasi you want to spike the mic away from them kapag kumakanta sila eh. But all joking aside, it's so good to see that they're very game, and the Alpha are now finding a bit of their groove here. 6-point lead from Patano with the score here.
And that's right. Mga ganong klase ng mga spike the mic. Mas nakikilala natin yung mga players.
Oo. Baka we get to know them too much. Yun ang issue minsan. But of course, Suarez now with the setup. Ooh. Good save there from Javelona as they go to the wing. Pop right back up and meeting at the net. Buhay pa dito. They try to find another quick look here down the wing. They go to the other side. Jacob. And that time read perfectly. The block just a bit out of the line.
They have to... kailangan nilang tiyagain every point dito itong Navy kasi so far pag umaatake nakaka-establish ang atake ng itong Alpha Insurance. So nakakapatay sila eh. But for Navy, You have to try a few times.
Camposano with the reception there. Ooh, and that was run perfectly.
A good setup there by Apolinario coming from that perfect receive. And a combination play to that back quick to Cajolo.
Colo with the point and a timeout called on the floor. Let's listen in.
Huwag nyo iiwanan yung tao ninyo, especially pagka may receive. So babantayan nyo na yun. Either mag-pick siya o mag-open siya. Naintindihan? Basta presence of mind lang, usap lang, o ang bala sa'yo sa likod. Pag tumakbo yan, akin yan. Ganun lang naman kailangan natin usapan eh. Hindi naman na kailangan natin ng mga spectacular na laro. Kailangan natin mag-usap lang tayo. Let's go!
Communication is key. Napaka-importante yan. I felt like that was a message Coach George Pasqua was really pushing forward there. And not only that, keep your game simple.
About communication, kasi yun nga, no, yung mag-establish ng block kasi you have to guide your teammate. Yung katabi mo kung sino, usod ka dito konti, pag tumakbo to ditong attacker na to, ikaw kukuha niyan. Yung mga ganong simple communication, mukhang hindi nakikita on the side of Navy.
Baptista on the service line here para sa Alpha, trying to really lay down the hammer here. And that'll be the first service ace of this matchup.
Baptista with that service ace. Bumaba sa dulo ng court nitong Navy.
And Baptista didn't even play in the last game as Pagulong will come in here for PGJC Navy. 2 points in the last game itong si Alfred Pagulong.
And isa ito sa mga inaasahan itong Navy para pumasa din talaga itong si Pagulong. We receive.
Owen Suarez with the setup and that time Domingo got the check.
Yun talaga yung side ng Navy. Pagka may maganda silang receive, makaka-attack sila ng maganda. And maganda ng receive doon ni Pagulong. Kaya itong running hits, pumapatay pagka nakakuha sila ng good reception.
You know, Owen Suarez is such a talented setter and I can only imagine yung amount of adjustments he has to do kasi parang every game, iba-iba yung lineup that he has to work with.
But doon mo makita din kung gaano kagaling din yung setter mo.
Exactly.
Yung adjustment talaga na kahit sino pang ibigay mong attacker. And yun nga, katulad naman dito on the side of Alpha. Itong si Apolinario. Kahit sino din ang bigyan. So far, nakakapatay din.
Cabelona had 12 points in the last game. Continuing to build on that here today. 20-13 as Alpha looking good, looking strong here in set number 1, the opening frame here at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Arena. Suarez lifts that up. Just a push from the back. Practically free ball to play with, pero yung communication not quite there. Well, that has to be frustrating. Nagtinginan lahat.
A chance ball for Alpha, but a miscommunication naman on their side kasi parang sumisignal doon si Apolinario ng back quick pero hindi yata nakita.
That's a lot better in terms of communication, but Camposano couldn't score from the back row. Cabelona with the defensive effort. Camposano, and that just hugged the line. Good blocking here from PGJC Navy.
Good timing there on the blockers, on the block of Navy.
Ano mo, napaka-crucial yung error na yan. Imagine mo, all of a sudden, 2 quick points back-to-back here for PGJC Navy.
Kaya naman nanigurado na dito ang Alpha Insurance. Binalik na kanilang first 6, but good block for Navy. Peter Kiel.
Suarez on the service line here. Good safe serve. And that's a lot better coming from Alpha. Instant impact here.
Full front line for Alpha Insurance. And good back set din for Nadera. So nalate na doon ng blocker dito nitong Navy.
Here's Alpha again. Oh, that's a good serve. And the reception not quite up to scratch here. They're trying to make something out of nothing. Soft touch. Suarez, high ball, set up, and the block, it just went down at the right time.
The set was a bit tight for Alfred Pagulong. galing na rin kasi sa likod. Kaya naman bantay na bantay dito ng blockers nitong Alpha Insurance.
Sorry, that was actually Owen Suarez with the setup there. As we listen in.
Tapos, wala tayong connection. Kahit out of system, meron pa naman tayong play. Sumunod lang kayo. Kasi kung open tayo, walang mangyayari sa atin. Try nyo mo lang. Combination ka. Nawawala yung tuturo.
Well, 3 blocks to 1 in favor of Alpha here in this game so far. And ni Coach George, he's not happy with every time they get out of system, parang ang gulo nila bigla.
Kasi nga yung mga out of system plays, pinapractice din talaga nila yan eh. So kung saan mo pwedeng dalhin yung bola, but nga, nabablock sila dito ng Alpha Insurance.
Well, given a bit of a reprieve there as Camposano sends that a bit long. So 6-point lead still. And if you're PGJC Navy Sealions, if you're not able to get this frame or at least steal it at this point, at least find a bit of rhythm going to the second frame. Ooh. Oh, and that was good there coming from Kiel, who apologizes straight away.
Ayun nga, sinasabi ko kanina pa talaga pag better reception, good receive ang nakakuha dito ng Navy, nakaka-setup ng mas maganda sa middle itong si Owen Suarez.
You know, there's a reason why we always hear that sa mga timeout ng mga coaches, always the reception, always the passing, because it always results in things like that. And that one was just another sweet hit coming from Alpha.
Still, Havelona, very steady for Alpha Insurance. Nakakarami na agad ng puntos. First set pa lang. But I like the ball distribution na pinapakita dito nitong si Lopez. And also kanina si Apolinario. Lahat na-activate lahat ng attackers niya.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a team game here coming from Alpha. And that time, just finding a bit of room. And it would be PGJC Navy with a point to pull back. Let's take a look at that again.
Medyo nag-scramble ng konti dito ang Navy, but nagawa niyo ng paraan itong open spiker.
Another miscue there, much to the chagrin of the coaching staff. And, that actually worked out well here coming for Alpha. Boy pa rin dito. Who did they turn to? And that's a good hit down the line and off the hands of a Navy player.
That's right. Ang daming pupuntahan nitong Alpha Insurance. Meron sa opposite, Nadera, and sa outside hitter, Avelona, and also the middle, gumagawa din for Alpha Insurance.
That's a stinging serve there, dealt well with. Oh, and still keeping things alive. Well, good floor defense from both teams so far. Good reception early on, and that time there's not much they could do.
But almost a good save na sana for the libero, itong Alpha Insurance. Papalabas na sana yung palo doon, but medyo na late.
Yeah, tried to avoid that. Let's take a look at that again. So we're going to see. Well, first of all, that was a stinging hit, and not much she could do about that. There has been multiple instances of that happening here. And don't look now. Alam ko na sa set point na tayo, but then all of a sudden, it's just a 4-point lead.
That's right. And alam natin sa volleyball talaga, pag hindi pa umabot ang 25, hindi pa rin tapos. And yun nga, nakakailang miscommunication na din itong Alpha Insurance sa kanilang mga combination plays. Sayang.
And can I just say, the term bilog ang bola was made for moments like this.
That's right. And now, 3 points down na lang itong Philippine Navy with that over-reception naman itong Alpha Insurance.
And PGJC Navy Sealions finding a way back. They've already saved a couple of set points. But they're not saving that one. Havilona says enough is enough. 25-21 in favor of Alpha to take frame number 1. But warning signs here para sa Alpha because that was not the most impressive ending of a frame here.
Yes, ayun yung mga gusto nating ending kahit naman malapit ng matalo matapos yung game. But a good cross-court hit by Havilona and that's set.
25-20. welcome to the 2025 Spiker Surf Open Conference. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here. Maganda ang simula ng Alpha at mas maganda ang ending nila. They went on a little run, a little bit of a wobble towards the end, but still, there was no doubt that Alpha was going to take home that first frame. What did you see in that one, partner?
For Alpha Insurance, mas naging steady yung mga pasa nila and also ng mga atake nila. Although nagkakaroon sila ng konting miscommunication on their combination plays, but in the end, talagang mas nangibabaw yung mga attacking nakakalusot ng blockers for Philippine Navy naman. No? Medyo, yun nga, nagkakaroon ng konting problema sa passing. But yun nga, no? Ito naman si Jacob, medyo nababantayan din dito ng Alpha Insurance. Jacob with Jacob with 3 points, Domingo with 4 points. Kiel with 3 points, and Karangyan also with 3 points. And let's take a look on that stats. 16 attack points for Alpha Insurance.
16 attack points. And kanina yan yung naging, well, kanina pinag-usapan natin sa last game nila. That was actually one of their bigger problems. So they were not able to get their attacking game going in their last loss. Talking about Alpha, they conceded -9, so +9 advantage ng BNS against Alpha Insurance in that what was a 4-set loss. Of course, maganda yung mga blocks din nila a while ago. Now, speaking of volleyball, UAAP Season 87 Volleyball is live and exclusive here on Signal. Watch it all live on the UAAP Varsity Channel, One Sports and Pilipinas Live, because legends start here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to set number 2. Bringing you live pictures from the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan. This is the PGJC Navy Sealions and Alpha Insurance Protectors. Alpha Insurance looking for win number 1. Habang PGJC Navy Sealions are looking for a steadier ship. Welcome to set number 2 as Alpha trying to look to double up. Pero ang ganda ng simula ng PGJC Navy Sealions.
Peter Kiel, 4 points. First point on this set. Still, no, talagang pag maganda yung reception nitong Navy, makakuha silang magandang quick plays.
Owen Suarez with the serve. And what a reply there coming from Nadera. This Nadera kid has been impressive here for Alpha. Has been one of the better options offensively para sa Alpha Insurance Protectors. And you take a look at the variety of the way they have of scoring, and you have to feel that itong Alpha, the longer they stay together, mas gagaling pa sila.
That's right. Alam natin, no, katulad ng ibang teams dito na mas tumagal na, like Chris Cross, nung unang salang pa lang sila dito sa Spiker Surf. Alam natin, medyo hindi pa ganun ka-steady, but yung gelling ng teams. And also, if you take a look on the lineup din itong Alpha Insurance, maganda rin talaga yung lineup nila.
Yeah. Like on paper, they are not a team that should be winless here. I think it's fair to say. Kasi talagang may talent talaga with winning pedigree. And that push there from Kiel dealt well with. That was just impressive defense coming from Alpha. Ito naman si Jacob. Nadera. Just good for defense from both ends that time from the back. And there was that big donut hole that he was able to take advantage of. 2-2.
Sa Karangyan. Looking at that donut hole. Itong Alpha Insurance. Alam kasi itong Alpha Insurance, pag backline, aatakin ng atakin eh. Pero good decision there by Navy.
Yeah, and you know, at that time, even went in between the hands of the blocker. And the single block works out. And there's a bit of fight here coming from PGJC Navy.
So si Lopez pinupuntahan dito si Nadera. They try challenge the blockers, but good read there on the side of Navy.
Well, Navy looking a lot better here after nakita natin improvement sa laro nila at the end of that first frame, especially when they were chasing when Alpha was on set point. And it looks like yung momentum na nakuha nila towards the end of that first frame, medyo nandala nila dito sa second. 3-3 the count here. Alpha able to score off an ace, but then that's a great one coming from Jacob.
So for Jacob, pag magagandang set plays, dun siya din nakakakuha ng mga madadaming puntos. Kasi pag yung mga simpleng taas-taas lang, nababasa at natatouch ng blockers yung mga palo niya.
1 point lead here for PGJC Navy. Lopez with the setup. Looking for Nadera. Two sets of hands in front of him. And that time, the blocking of the Alpha works out.
That was Nadera. The block. Hindi lumabas yung off the block sana nito nga si Karangyan.
Well,
Sabate mabuti yun dito ni Nadera.
Well, let's see if the blocking game of Alpha could get even better here. And that will be a rotation error on the part of Navy. And that will be one of the instances where you're going to think that, okay, sobrang sayang talaga. So all of a sudden, Alpha are in the lead.
Wrong position on the side of Navy.
There's a chance here for Alpha to double up their lead. Nadera with a heavy serve. Good reception coming from Navy. Lopez pops that up. Back row too strong. Looking for a check. They won't get it. And there will be a challenge though.
Challenge. Almost sure itong si Edward Camposano. May nakita siyang touch but we'll see this challenge.
Well, again, we'll rely on the cameras here kasi not even my partner knew whether or not.
Yun yung mga may hirap makita eh. Pag, kasi dito sa side natin, yung hangin, pero pag close up sa challenge, gumagalaw yung daliri. So touch pa rin.
That's true. So take a look at that here and ang lapit but then no touch. At least, we'll wait. Okay, then lumabas yung graphic. So yes, no. Sure ako na no siya.
Kasi minsan
malay ko ba?
mamaya gumalaw yung daliri, hindi natin kita. Kahit slight movement na gano'n, baka itawag na yan na yes.
Diba? That's why you always cut your nails, guys, ha? Kasi malay nyo.
Kaya hindi talaga pwede mahaba sa volleyball.
Hindi lang pang hygiene, pero pang puntos rin.
Ang sakit kasi nun pag tinamaan ka ng bola, tapos naputol yung kuko mo.
In any sport yan, ha? Basketball, volleyball, keep your nails short. But then what a reply here coming from Navy. 1 point lead. After kanina nagka-rotation error sila, they gave the lead back to Alpha. But then now, scoring 2 straight away.
With that 3-man block, kalusot yun ang palo dito ng Navy.
Heavy hit. And straight away, Navy now with a 2-point lead. And this is more like it from Navy. Sa simula in set number 1, it felt like they never found yung character nila, what this team was. But this time, we're now seeing a more cohesive team dito sa set number 2.
Medyo mas bumubuelo lang talaga ang Navy. And, tama ka talaga mo. Hindi natin talaga alam kung sino ang mananalo dito sa game na to.
So Lopez sets that up. Oh, good save there. So that's desperate defending para sa Navy. And it doesn't matter though because Alpha with the heavy hands.
But ang ganda din ang pinapakitang depensa dito talaga ng Navy. But still, Havelona. Talagang pumuporsyento pa rin for Alpha Insurance.
Sa buwis buhay ang defending ng Navy. But that time, as you mentioned, didn't matter. Pops right up. And Suarez had to just nudge that across. Free ball to play with. And Suarez. Quick hands, quick mind, quick eyes. 2-point lead going into the first.
Told me that right now improving is their top priority. Matatalo lang tayo pag wala tayong natutunan, sabi niya. So we need to take something from each game, grow, and adjust. And that they have done as the team has a noticeable shift in their energy today. This we could also attest to their off-screen chemistry, where coach said that to him, hindi player-coach ang pagtrato sa team, kundi pagkakaibigan. Kahit sa training, nagbibiroan kami kasi hindi naman dapat toxic ang environment. Ngayon, kahit anong mangyari, no pressure. The team is young and has so much ahead of them. Laro lang at i-enjoy lang ang lahat. As the league's underdogs, they know that there's nowhere to go but up, and today they're showing us that they too can fight back. Now back to you guys.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Fiona Bacani. At napakaganda yung term na ginamit niya, off-screen chemistry. Hindi lang kapag nandun yung camera, friends kayo. They're actually friends outside.
Tama eh.
Importante yun.
Oo, mabubuo yung team mo talaga eh. Yung mga pagsasama nyo, not just inside the court, but of course, after ng training, mga people bondings, doon kayo mabubuo eh.
At alam naman natin, we've seen it in the past throughout all sorts of sports as a Navy score there, na minsan may maraming star player, pero kung wala kayong chemistry, you won't go far.
That's right. Mahirapan talaga. Isang kahit may attitude dyan.
Oo,
doon
tama.
mabubuo yung team nyo eh. Talagang number one din talaga sa team yung chemistry. Nga tinatawag, lagi din natin narinig yung gelling ng team. Laging nagiging problem, lalo na pag may mga bagong players. Katulad nito, bagong team.
Tama. And of course, I'm sure you would know and other athletes would know that kapag maganda yung bonding ninyo, those are friendships for keeps. Kahit after yung season and after your playing days, syempre, you don't go away from that. As that is another good look here coming from Alpha, who tie things up. Itong si Nadera has been showing us a variety of ways he could score here. Doesn't have to always go for power. Ito, panoorin ito. Just finding the right spot and nudging that the right way.
Very smart player so far. Nadera, taas din tumalon.
Oh, and that was... Oh, what effort here shown by the Alpha Insurance. Kept it alive, and Kiel kills it anyway.
Wow. What a play there by Navy. But also credit to that save. Itong Alpha Insurance. Pero siyempre, no, talagang mga ganyang klaseng bitaw ng bola.
Actually,
galing sa libero.
I was worried there kasi akala ko matatamaan yung speakers up there near our ceiling. As we take a look at this attempt there from Nadera. Touch there, Kiel with a soft touch. And Kiel, he's a player finding a bit of rhythm here. A bit of a groove, a bit of momentum for PGJC Navy.
Very quiet lang ito si Kiel. Pero talagang pag nabibigyan ng bola, kahit kanina pang first set, nakakarami din siya talaga ng mga puntos.
PGJC Navy getting the score there. 12-9 as Alpha Insurance are trying to change things around. Itong si Anima will check in for the first time today.
Anima, former LaSalle Green Archers.
Just the perfect name to be playing for the LaSalle Green Archers, no? Anima.
Anima, that's right.
Camposano getting the score there. Getting one back for Alpha.
Pinabawi dito si Camposano earlier. Sa kanya yung error on that attack. But now, cross-court hit.
You know, we asked a while ago sino dito sa PGJC Navy Sealions would step up in the absence of Greg Dolor. And so far, it has been si Jeric Carangian and itong si Peter Kiela. Medyo mataas na yung expectations natin for John Jacob. And as I say that, galing ni John Jacob, no?
Perfect timing na block. Pagkakasabi mo, perfect timing din. Perfect read.
Minsan hindi lang ang nil.
Tama. And also sa mga services no? Ito talaga yung madalas But this time, good block there by Jacob.
Lopez with the setup. Nadera again. That was a very heavy hit. So heavy to the point that ito yung mga officials natin sa line had to avoid that.
Too much power for Nadera. Gigil na gigil. Kita natin yung buwelo pa lang. Alam natin magpa-power. But medyo hindi niya tinamaan ng maayos doon yung bola.
Now, it feels like we're seeing more resilient Navy team dito sa second set. As Nadera, ayun, mas accurate na.
Mas accurate na. Mas pinabawi na.
Oo. With all the power.
Ito yung gusto natin on the side of Navy naman. Hindi nila basta-basta pinapalayo ng malaki dito ang o pinapadikit naman ng Alpha Insurance. mas nagiging steady sila on the set. But, yun na nga, service error naman by Anima.
Kasalanan mo yun eh.
Oo nga eh. Sabi ko na pag binati talaga. Nag-jinx lagi itong si ating Anima Lasal.
Anima Lasal. Again, perfect name. You were meant to be in Lasal. Lopez on the setup there. And, yeah. I was going to mention that there might have been a bit of a violation there. At inamin naman, in fairness.
Almost sure siya. Damit daw, sumabit.
Right there.
Yung damit nga.
The clothing is part of the player. Yun.
At sayang eh. Kasi puntos na dapat.
And well at the net, and that would go the way of Navy again. Now sending us to our second technical timeout with a 4-point lead in favor of the PGJC Navy Sealions. Alpha still giving
Para po sa akin, yung 3 Gs, God, Goal, and Grind. Siyempre po, prioritize ko is yung si God. And then, yung grind po, everyday, kahit ano po yan, basta pag nagsusumikapan mo yung mga bagay na ginagawa mo. And yung goals po, na kung paano natin ma-achieve yung goals na yun sa kahit anong pamamaraan po.
always great to see their inspiration. That was together with that. So you can get your daily dose of sports updates on Starting Lineup Mondays to Fridays, 6:30 p.m. live on Pilipinas Live, on the Pilipinas Live app, and One News. Also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus. Once again, thank you very much for joining us here on the Spikers Turf Open Conference. It is Navy in charge here with a 4-point advantage against the Alpha Insurance, who took the first frame. Pero dito, what's the biggest difference in your opinion, partner? Why are Navy looking like a more cohesive team dito sa set number 2?
So far, no, mas steady yung mga receptions nila and na-lessen din nila yung mga errors nila kanina. And yun nga, no, yung mga... ito naman, for Alpha Insurance, mas hindi sila nakakakuha ng atake. Sila naman yung mga mas nagko-commit ng errors, but that one naman, itong si Havelona pa rin. So far, very steady on the side of Alpha Insurance, and for Navy, si Jacob naman at si Peter Kale ang gumagawa ng set.
Still room to improve here for Alpha, room to catch up. It was a 3-point lead, but then that call will go the way of PGJC Navy.
And also yung mga errors na nakaka-break din ng momentum for both teams. Yung mga net touch na sana yung mas maiwasan nila.
Apolinario with the setup. Kalingking right there. Ito naman at the net. Castel couldn't score. But Castel couldn't reach it. But Pangulong able to toss that back up. At ayun, makascore pa ang PGJC Navy.
Grabe yung setup doon dito ni Suarez. Sinusugal niya talaga eh. Kahit gano'ng kalayo na sa mga sa mga attackers yung seto. But a good coverage on the side of Navy. Pagulong with that coverage, but an error on the side naman of Alpha Insurance.
I was going to say presence of mind coming from Pagulong in particular. And getting that between the blockers and the net. Nakabawi ang Alpha.
But a good side out once again for Alpha Insurance with Camposano hit.
Take a look at the error count here. Dito sa set number 2, Alpha, 7 errors.
7 errors.
And that was actually your point in our pre-game, partner, na Alpha had the tendency in their last game to give away a lot of errors, and that has been the same here dito sa set number 2, wherein they are now trailing by 4. Free ball here para sa PGJC Navy. Looking for Pagulong. Good coverage shown by Alpha. Running set, and that time, Kalingking, right place, right time. From the back, Apolinario with the save. Free ball here to play with. Pagulong, soft touch, pero nandun si Apolinario. and had to adjust. Ooh, and that was enough.
Veteran moves by Edward Camposano. Mukhang iilag na sana dun si Owen Suarez. Kasi akala niya ipapacheck. But
Yeah.
dinrap lang itong si Edward Camposano at hindi ready yung depensa sa likod itong si Owen Suarez.
Yeah, he looked like he enjoyed that one. Itong si Camposano. 3-point lead still for PGJC Navy. May opportunity pa dito ang Alpha to try and make up the numbers. And that time scoring off the block. Navy not allowing Alpha to get close.
And still for Navy. Jacob scoring a few points pag medyo hindi maka-side out yung nasa front line. Jacob naman yung gumagawa for Navy.
Apolinario with the setup. Camposano just pushed that across. Ito naman si Kiel.
Ooh.
And that's a lot better. Anima with the score for Alpha.
Good set there by Apolinario. Anima.
Couple of changes again. Babalik si Lopez at si Nadera as they are trying to play catch-up. Just a 3-point lead. Very doable. Hindi pa umaabot sa 20 points itong PGJC Navy.
But good substitution there for Alpha Insurance. And now full front line for Alpha Insurance.
Pagulong. Naman si Lopez. Kiel.
Ooh!
Anima, back-to-back points. And don't look now, but then 2-point lead and Alpha super time.
Huwag kang tatanong sa tapat ng middle. Kahit anong gawin mo, palo ka ng palo, nandun din yung kamay ng blocker. Sabi ko sa'yo, dito ka mag-start. Pag nagkabalikan, dito ka, pa-step din ganun. Hindi ka dito nag-start, tapos mag-debut ka, nakatapat ka lang. Good intention naman eh. Yung nga lang, nakatapat ka sa blocker. Owen, pag nakatapat sa blocker, bato doon sa dulo. Kay Jacob. Yung nga kay Jacob. Kasi dinadalawa na lang agad yung dalawa rito at kinukuha yung isa neto eh. Ha? Kaya let's go.
He's such a teacher, Coach George. And you listen to yung mga notes niya. What stood out?
That's right. Very clear instructions yung sinabi dito ni Coach George Pasco. Kasi nga, pangalawa na yun yung puntos na yun. Kasi itong si Suarez, ang ganda rin sana ng mga bato niya sa quicks kasi kahit medyo malayo sa net na ibabato niya pa. But yun nga yung pwesto naman ni Peter Kiel, medyo tumatapat siya sa blockers. Kaya nababasa siya.
Alpha trying to go on a comeback trail. And they will score again. 1-point lead left for PGJC Navy.
And for Alpha Insurance naman, sinasamantala nila yung medyo pagkaka-struggle nitong PGJC Navy makapuntos. Kaya naman sila nakakadikit na sila on the set. Lopez with a good serve. But Owen Suarez with that good block. Ooh!
And that time looking for a check. They will not get it. Pero may challenge dito ang Alpha. Looking for a block touch. At ito, sabi ni Peter Kiel, wala talaga. As we got a chance to look at that there. At itong may shining moment yung coaching staff natin. Yung coaching staff ng Alpha dito with the block touch. Of course, they can see themselves dito sa screens, dito sa Phil Oil Eco Oil Center, dito sa San Juan. Of course, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for joining us on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live. At kung malapit po kayo, do come on over kasi napakaganda ng final game po natin. It is none other than the Signal HD Spikers against the Criss Cross King Crunchers. The Battle of the Giants dito sa liga po natin. And we cannot wait to see you here in person. But of course, if you cannot, kindly please continue supporting us on Pilipinas Live. And of course, over on social media as well. Let's take a look at this. May block touch ba? And no.
Kailangan talaga yun.
Oo.
Bago tayo mag-jinx kasi mamaya kita ng mga
baka na-miss natin eh. Oo.
Mahirap na.
Baka kaya yan. Kung sabi ko, hindi, meron yun pala, no. Diba? Just let the judgment come out muna.
Kaya nga tayo may challenge.
Oo. Challenging yan kung mali pa rin tayo. Alright, so here's Pagulong. 2-point lead here for Navy.
Ooh.
And that time, they got the check. Kitang-kita right in front of our official. Itong si Patrick Castillo.
Camposano now with the off-the-block hit. Targeting the hands or the fingers of the blockers. Actually, isa na talaga sa mga style ng attacking yun ngayon. Hanap ng kamay.
Ooh. Oh, and the misreception there. And all of a sudden, Alpha tied things up. And at that time, medyo self-inflicted against Navy.
Once again, the errors of Navy now on that reception. And yun yung mga masasakit kasi pa-end na yung set eh. Doon pa sila talaga nakakamit ng mas maraming errors.
Or tama ka, brother, you were talking about it a while ago na it might boil down to the team who commits the least amount of errors. Because so far, that has been what I felt the biggest factor here. Not necessarily kung sino lamang talaga sa atake, but then the amount of errors being given away have been a bit alarming for both teams a while ago.
And of course, yung mga timing talaga, yung mga errors, yung mga masasakit eh.
Lopez with the setup. Nadera!
Ooh. Wow. Nadera with that height. Grabe yung elevation eh. Kitang-kita natin, but yun, net touch pa rin on the side of Navy.
Another look at that there. Itong si Nadera just doing a great job here pacing this Alpha Insurance team in terms of scoring. Vincent J. Nadera, born in the year 2000.
Yun na nga ang errors. But now on the side of Alpha Insurance.
And nakita natin kanina, napangiti na lang si Coach Mike.
Napakamot na lang talaga dito si Coach Mike. Kasi nga wala ka ng kalaban dun eh sa service area.
Yeah.
Ikaw na lang yun.
Of course, easier said than done. Service errors dito, 5 for
Alpha
Alpha.
Insurance and 1 for PGJC Navy.
Oh, nakabawi naman dito sa Nadera. Again, it's a short run up para kay Nadera, pero yung explosiveness niya when he elevates, it's at a different level.
Pinakakuha talaga siya ng magandang setup at magandang timing. Talagang nababaon niya yung mga palo niya. Few errors earlier, but yun nga, no? Kita natin yung talagang potential din itong si Nadera.
That's a good serve, but then a better reception as well. And that time, itong si Jacob scoring off the block.
Ngayon naman yung wala sa first set kanina on the side ng PGJC Navy. Hindi sila nakakabawi agad, but this time nakabawi dito si Jacob.
Let's take a look at this. Navy trying to close out Alpha.
Ooh!
Oh, and just dunked that down.
What a time for that over-received by Alpha Insurance.
Bon Castel there with the heads-up play. Tallest person on the floor, by the way, with the most amount of elevation. And all of a sudden, Alpha super time.
Nagkakaproblema, ini-spin lang yung bola, mahina naman eh. Paso lang muna, tapos ganun pa rin. Tuloy pa rin tayo, ha? Patakbuhin mo si Ray dito para maiwan na single block si JJ. Ha? Simplihin lang natin. Landahan lang. Ha? Tara. Let's go. Go.
Well, Alpha trying to save this one with a few instructions there na napaka-specific, trying to make sure that yung mga susunod na puntos nila will go their way.
Nasabi kasi ni Coach Mike, yung service hindi naman ganun kalakas. May
Yeah.
spin pa nga, but of course, patapos na yung set, the tension, the pressure on the side of the Alpha, but yun naman.
Ayun, the tension and the pressure yun.
Tension at pressure sa service area for Jacob.
And a chance here to extend this frame. And for those wondering, kasi minsan may nagsasabi na kapag ito yung commentator, ito yung analyst, na mahaba yung game. Ang feeling ko yung courtside reporter talaga ngayon.
This time.
And that time, it's going to be an extended frame here
Ayun
after
na
they
nga.
try to go down the line.
Mukhang humaba nga talaga ang ating set.
Well, na-mention nga natin, but then we love it. We love all this free volleyball. Castel couldn't really get that across. Two-man block this time. Good coverage coming from Alpha. Lopez with the setup. And there is a great reply coming from Camposano. Alpha in the lead and a chance to steal the second set. Timeout, Navy.
Iniisahin natin yung ganyang crucial point. Huwag lang kayong bibitaw. Tama na yun. Nangyari na eh. So ang gagawin nyo, babawi na lang tayo. Hindi pa pwedeng error mo. Susundan pa ng error mo. Katindihan. Kaya naman natin bumawi. Kaya nyo pang manalo dyan eh. Tapos na ba? Hindi pa naman eh. So gagawin, re-receive muna tayo. Pag nakita mo dito umusog, ikaw na mismo, tumakbo ka na ron. Kung magdami ka na ron, huwag ka nang isisip-sip dito para maibigay ng open. Pag kayo nang iiwalay sa black.
Sa maganda kasi black.
Intensity in that huddle, and I think nakita natin yung frustration din ni Coach George.
Very technical talaga yung instructions din. Itong si Coach George, kasi nga yun na, no? Kailangan lang mag-move on, nangyari na yon. Tama, nangyari na yung mga puntos na yun, and kailangan lang bumawi on this set.
Castel, not that time. Lopez with the setup. This is for the frame. And another one, and right off the hands of Castel. And Alpha, who looked dead in the water earlier on in the frame, have come back and stolen this one from the clutches of the PGJC Navy Sealions.
And what a comeback here for Alpha Insurance with Edward Camposano. Siya yung mga pumuntos on this latter part of this second set.
Coming up big time here dito sa set number 2. Partner, let's take a look at what happened here. Ang ganda ng simula ng Navy. Kanina sinabi natin napaka-resilient na nila. And very steady in the middle and early parts of set number 2. Pero ano nangyari sa dulo ng set number 2?
Still, no, mas steady nga ang simula at mid part nitong Navy. But in the end, yung mga errors talaga, kahit medyo na mas nabawasan nila, pero yung timing talaga ng errors na nako-commit nitong Navy, yun yung mas masakit sa kanila kasi nabibigyan tuloy ng momentum para mas makabawi ang itong Alpha Insurance.
And also final point there as we take a look at the numbers here, a +5 advantage para sa Alpha in terms of the attacks. Pero ayan nga, +4 naman ang advantage ng Navy against Alpha. We mentioned that the errors was a problem of Alpha, pero could you imagine that? They gave away more points of errors, pero panalo pa rin sila. Nakabawi pa rin.
But yun nga, no, yung timing talaga kasi ng errors nakukuha nila dun sa most crucial moments nitong set na to.
Arena Plus, Stigs Sports as we show you the growing crowd dito sa Phil Oil Eco Oil Arena in San Juan. And we cannot wait for you because you see Coach Tai there. Why do you see him here? That is because Chris Cross are up next against the Signal HD Spikers. And that should be a great one, a good one. some of the best that men's volleyball has to offer here dito sa Pilipinas. And we are excited to bring that for you as our third game for today. And a poor start here, coming off a service error para kay Owen Suarez. This is set number 3. Alam mo, this is going to be a very good test of the mental resilience ng PGJC Navy Sealions. Kasi sinabi natin kanina, well, a bit off the air, napakasakit ang pagkatalo nila sa set number 2.
Kasi nakita naman natin na kaya nila eh. Kaya nilang manalo, kaya nilang makapuntos, kaya nilang sumabay dito sa Alpha Insurance. Yun nga, no, kung malesen nila yung errors nila, lalo na sa mga most crucial moments.
And it will be a big moment here para sa Alpha if they are able to get their first win in this conference na to. As a newly formed squad, as a newly formed group, could be a landmark for their particular team.
You all know, we have a double round robin for the elimination, and only the top 4 teams will move on to the semifinals.
Of course, this is the type of game that they should be winning. Of course, they also have to go out there and challenge VNS, as we see Nadera scoring again, who has been honestly one of the more impressive offense producers here in this game so far.
And also the ball distribution din talaga nitong Alpha Insurance. Kahit sinong mapuntahan na contribute. Now, Anima.
You know, at the end of that second frame, itong si Nadera and Camposano are the 2 players in double-digit scoring in this entire game. 14 points para kay Nadera and 12 points para kay Camposano earlier on. And of course, kabila naman, there has not been a player to reach double-digit scoring yet. Karangian, Jacob, and Kieldo were providing the scoring touches, as that will go the way of Alpha yet again.
Sabana with that quick hit for Alpha Insurance. Yun pa rin, no? Yung ball distribution dito ng Alpha Insurance. Very steady.
And if you're Alpha Insurance, okay, you have the momentum. Ooh, that was... okay, so imagine you have a hot dog. May extra kang mustard. Masyado maraming mustard yun. Minsan may konting relish, too much relish din. It's just too much.
Too much.
Oh,
And walang spin. Siguro kulang naman sa ketchup. Kasi walang spin eh.
Yun din. So, too much of one thing, kulang ng isa. Medyo gutom ba tayo? Havelona with the score there.
And still, Havelona, very steady for Alpha Insurance.
Yeah.
So far, no, kahit madami sa mga teammates niya yung nakakapag-contribute. Havelona, 10 points already in this game.
Ako, we can't use hotdog pala sa reference kasi Ash Wednesday ngayon eh. So dapat fish. Dapat isda yung pag-uusapan natin. But either way, good there for PGJC Navy Sealions.
Kanina naman na gusto natin dito on the side of Navy. Kanina medyo hindi nakapatay sa second set itong si Castel. But now, Owen trying to activate Castel. Kasi kailangan ng tulong eh ng ibang players nila Jacob.
Yeah, and we all know that itong si Castel, he has the quality to be able to provide that extra punch. Pero ito na naman, Alpha, nakabawi ulit. Sabanal with the score.
Sabanal, also with the running hit response.
Suarez. That time, looking for a block touch. Won't be getting it. Alpha with the score again. And all of a sudden, we are 1 point away from the first technical timeout. Bah, napakabilis talaga.
Ang bilis nitong start nitong third set natin. And a good start for Alpha Insurance. A bit slow start for Navy, but now Pagulong.
Noncia coming in for Pagulong. You gotta feel for Coach George because there are a lot of factors not under his control. Yung availability ng mga players in particular. And that time, the nudge just worked out perfectly. And all of a sudden, first technical timeout, napakabilis. And it's a 4-point lead for Alpha.
Now, with the roller coaster season that the Sea Lions have had so far, John Jacob told me that in difficult moments, he looks to his family and friends back in Mindanao for motivation. Despite being miles away, lagi raw na-feel ni Jacob ang suporta nila. Lagi po sinishare ni Mama yung highlights ko, sabi niya. Sobrang proud siya doon at lagi rin siya nanunood at nag-good luck message bago ang bawat laban. Kahit pagod sa training, kahit minsan natatalo at nahihirapan, sa pamilya ko ang humuhugot ng lakas. This, coupled with his teammates and coaches' trust in him, pushes him to play his own brand of volleyball. Kung sila nga naniniwala sa akin, kailangan ko rin maniwala sa kakayanan ko. Andito ako dahil sa tiwala nila at nilagay nila ako dito, kaya nagagampanan ko lahat dahil at para sa kanila. Now it's time to read some comments from all our viewers online. From @Maximira, why is Delor not playing in today's #SpikerSurf 2025 game? And @Jez M saying, enter that win column, Alpha Boys. #SpikerSurf 2025. And speaking of hashtags, if you guys still want to join in on the conversation, don't forget to use that hashtag and follow us on our social media pages. Now that's all from here. Back to you, Paolo and Yos.
Thank you so much. That was Fiona Bacani with that report. So let's focus on first yung comment ng ating viewer there. He asked where's Greg Delor. For those wondering, there are 3 players who are not present dito para sa PGJC Navy Sealions. That is Omar Liok, Marvin Jairami, and si Greg Delor. Because of their schooling sa Navy, they are up for promotion.
That's
and
right.
Of course, they are trying to advance in that field as well. So, as much as we say that it is a big loss for Navy when it comes to yung scoring punch nila dito, it is an opportunity here for a lot of other players to try and show everyone that they are worthy of more minutes dito sa SpikerSurf.
That's right. Earlier we saw Alfred Pagulong contributing for Navy. Yeah, medyo nagkaroon na ng konting errors on the attackings, but medyo steady for the reception. And,
and Nadera, I'm sorry to interrupt you, partner, because Nadera interrupted everything.
That's right, Nadera with that powerful combination play. Ang ganda nung pagkaka-fake doon. Itong ni Anima, napasabay sa kanya yung mga blockers itong Navy.
You know, I also want to go back to the report of Fiona a while ago because she was talking about itong si Jacob na he was deriving a lot of strength from all of his family coming from Davao. Napakalayo yun compared to where we are right now. And of course, I can only imagine the type of inspiration that he does draw every time he gets a nice comment coming from Davao.
That's right. Alam natin, ibang mga players dito, hindi lang Manila-based talaga. Ang dami kung saan-saan pagaling talaga.
Take a look at Edward Camposan's numbers there. 13 points with an ace to go with that. Manato pops that back up. Nadera had to adjust. Still got it across. Single block. It works. Itong si Anima, who has popped up with a lot of points here off the bench.
That's right. Anima with that good execution on the block.
Kung ano nangyayari sa inyo, dalawang nakana na big quick ulit. Nandun, di ba? So next, pwede kang mag-run, pwede kang magdami, pwede kang mag-A. Ikaw naman, Owen, nakita mo nandun dalawang blocker. Huwag mo i-challenge yung dalawang blocker doon. Pwede kang mag-combination. Anong ginagawa mo sa dulo? Nag-big quick. Hindi dito ka na, nag-press ka na, combination na kayo. Di ba? Ginagawa nyo lang ano eh. Let's go! Wala lang.
Well, again, see Coach George a bit frustrated here today, and you can understand why. Not happy with what he's seeing here so far. This is set number 3. This has been firmly in the hands of Alpha based on the performance we've seen here so far.
That's right. Kanina kasi talagang challenge talaga nga nitong si Owen Suarez. Yung blockers dito ng Alpha Insurance at binibigay ng binibigay. Kaya lang nababantayan siya talaga.
That's a lot better coming from Navy. Great timeout there from Coach George. Menon siya with the first point here after that timeout.
Finally, a good side out on the side of Navy. Nga, no? Kasi minsan yung mga decision making talaga ng setter kailangan i-remind din ng mga coaches.
And a service ace as well. Nako, impact sa bitong si Menon siya.
And a good substitution. And also, this is break game. Kasi nga, daming wala on the side of Navy.
And it's an opportunity for him, and you can see there's a sense of enjoyment as well. And again, Menon siya, his service game on point here today. Back-to-back service aces.
Sometimes talaga kahit hindi ganun kalalakas yung serve, but perfect placing, perfect flight of the ball,
And you
target.
You can see the joy on Menonsia's face, by the way. Itong si Edson Menoncia, one of the more veteran players of this Navy team. Pero ito, nakabawi ng Alpha.
One of the youngest players naman on the court. Avelona with that cross-court hit. Still very steady itong si Avelona.
Anima with the serve. Suarez sets that up. Suarez will have an opportunity here. And they go the other side. And Jacob brushing that off the hands of the blockers.
Good timing there for Jacob. Hitting it off the block. Nahanap yung mga kamay ng blockers doon. At medyo na-late naman sa depensa, sa coverage. Itong si Anima.
No, that's exactly what Coach George wanted. Iba yung fight that we're seeing. But as I say, itong si Nadera with another highlight.
But yun yung mga tipo ng attacks na medyo mahirap pigilan kasi talaga eh.
Oh, yeah.
But yun nga, medyo na-late naman ang blockers doon itong Navy. But good setup.
Now, there's going to be a moment of reprieve here kasi itong si Nadera will go to the bench for the meantime. Cajolo and Apolinario will check in for Nadera and Lopez. Again, I think what makes Nadera special, at least in this game in particular, na yung explosiveness niya talaga. He doesn't need a lot of steps to be able to jump up that quickly. At iba talaga yung power niya. Sabanal with the block. He'll take credit for that.
No coverage on the side of Navy. That block of Alpha Insurance.
And a chance here for Alpha Insurance to go and send us our second technical timeout. And that time off the block. Much better here from Navy. Total block points here, by the way, 8-5 in favor of Alpha.
With the combination play there by Owen Suarez. Ayun yung mga nire-remind kanina doon eh. Ni Coach George, pag medyo nakadikit na doon sa side ng open spiker, yung reception, B3 ang hinihingi niya. But
And Jacob overcooks that a bit. And we go to our second technical timeout with Alpha. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here from John Ashley Jacob. Again, the guy that we expected to has to step up here in this one. Ito naman si Nadera with 17 points. I think it's fair to say that he has been yung X-factor ng Alpha ngayon.
that's right. And also with the help of his teammates. And of course, yung ball distribution at mga setup plays kanina ng mga setters itong Alpha Insurance. Talagang nakakaroon ng open space for Nadera.
UAP Season 87 Volleyball is live and exclusive here on Signal. Watch it all live on the UAP Varsity Channel, One Sports, and Pilipinas Live because legends start here. Partner, may predictions ka ba sa UAP?
Medyo sa women's, medyo talagang parang ganito, hindi mo alam kung sino biglang aangat eh.
Oo.
Also for the men's talagang hindi mo na alam kung sino biglang aangat, lalo na first round pa lang.
Exactly. And what I like about the men's scene in particular this year is that well, we've seen a lot of them go through Spiker's turf at yung improvement nila season per season has been at another level. And ako personally, it's such a privilege seeing a lot of them grow and hone their craft in Spiker's turf and come back even better every single year. Here's Camposano. And that one goes to my partner, Yos, and Yos saves the monitor. He saves the monitor and
That's it.
me.
1 point for that block dito sa ating panel.
Yes. Kung may coaches, may block point, dapat yung commentators rin. Ito, makita niyo yung kamay ni Yos. Ay, hindi pala. hindi nasagip ng replay. Alright, so either way, 4-point lead. Ooh. And that time, Navy getting the score there, barely, but they are on the way back here.
Still, 4-point lead for Alpha Insurance. Still manageable for Navy kung gusto nilang makuha tong set na to. No? Talagang sasagayin pa nila to.
Well, 3-point lead now, sorry partner, 17-14.
That's right, 3 points.
And Camposano, ooh, block there. And you have to credit Suarez. Probably not the guy you would expect to get that block, but he got it anyway.
With those low sets nitong Alpha Insurance, hanggang kaya di maabutan talaga ito ni Owen Suarez with that block. And no coverage, Avelona mukhang hindi nakapwesto on that sequence.
Bring it to the side, getting a bit of help from the tape. And that'll do here for Alpha, who now extend their lead to 3 yet again, despite the oncoming pressure coming from Navy.
With the help of the net. But no substitution on the side of Alpha Insurance. Kanina kasi no, pinapa-full front line nito si Coach Mike. But now, no substitution so far.
Suarez with the setup, and that was picture perfect. And again, we have to talk about the Menoncia coming up big here because coming off the bench, again, was not even part of the lineup in their last game against Signal HD. And then here he is with a nice contribution so far. Or rather, did not see action in that last one. Jacob looking for the check, and they'll get it. Or, either way, a violation, I believe, it will go to Navy. Suarez with the serve. And a nice push there from Anima. Again, when you talk about bench contributors, kung si Menoncia sa Navy, Anima has come up big here for Alpha.
That's right. Also, Apolinario, the second setter for Alpha Insurance, giving Anima that running hit.
Camposano with the serve. Suarez pops that up. And Jacob couldn't score that time. Manato looking for Javelona. Javelona unable to score there, but Menoncia popping that right back up. Suarez sends it the other way. Ito naman si Camposano looking for Javelona again. And our officials avoiding that and getting the score here is Alpha and Javelona.
Sila Javelona, very steady for Alpha Insurance in this game. Not too much power, but hitting it off the block.
(20-17) here. Here's Suarez lifting that up. Javelona there to cover. From the back, Camposano.
Ooh!
Ayun. How many times have we seen that here today? Yung understanding is not quite there in terms of yung coverage ng Navy.
That's right. It's all about communication eh. Walang umako ng bola na yun. Mas minsan, mas gusto mo pang magagawa yung mga players. But that time, walang umako on the side of Navy.
Boys, kung gusto nyong manalo, pwede ba? Hindi na normal ang ginagawa ninyo. Hindi nyo nang iniinsayo ninyo. Kahit 50% lang doon sa iniinsayo natin gagawin nyo, malaking bagay yun. Pero kung totally tatanggalin yung game plan, hindi kayo susunod. Malabo. Sige, lagmaman lang kayo. Enjoy nyo na lang yan.
That may be one of the more stinging timeouts, stinging huddles that we have had the opportunity to listen to. Imagine being criticized for yung effort mo on the floor.
Sayang kasi, wasted opportunity for Navy. Yung mga simpleng bolang ganun, nag-result lang ng miscommunication.
And again, looking for more effort here. Let's find out whether or not Navy will be able to show that here. And that time, Jacob getting the score, trimming the lead down to 3. Still a chance for them to come up with a bit of a comeback here and force a 4th frame and avoid the sweep. And you never know. You force a 4th frame, you can have a potential reverse sweep. You never know.
That's it. Oh!
Pero, syempre, that does not help.
Yun nga, yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, yung timing ng errors. Actually, both teams eh. But ini mas masakit on the side of Navy kasi kanina on that second set, yung mga errors, nakukommit sila, doon patapos na yung game. But this time, ito, patapos na rin ulit. Doon sila nagko-commit ng errors.
22-18 here. Here's Suarez. He brings that up off the block. And you could see there what it meant to Alpha. But as we give credit here to the good blocking here of Alpha, we have to also level a bit of criticism in terms of yung coverage ng Navy.
Kasi nga, no, si Suarez, nandun na sa side na yun. Side niya sana yun ng coverage, but nag-set siya dun na sa medyo dikit na sa open hitter. Yun nga, no, dapat meron ng come-over sa pwesto niya.
Here's Casas. Casas, oh, that dips down at the right time, and all of a sudden, we're at match point in what could be the first win here of Alpha. They're looking good. Their supporters are happy. And Alpha looking to get their maiden win of the conference. Match point for Alpha. Suarez saying not yet. And Navy saves one match point.
Agad, hindi pa tapos. Pwede pang humabol dito ang Navy with that quick hit of Peter Kiel. Pressure serve.
Here's Peter Kiel. Casas dumps that down, and that'll do it. Alpha get their first win here dito sa Open Conference and Spikers Turf. And they're going to be hoping the first of many. And what could be a sign that they can potentially make a run at that spot going into the next round. Let's take a look at the final point here coming from Casas. Just finding his way beyond the two blockers.
Simple volleyball for Alpha Insurance with that drop hit. Nakita niya, two-man blockers. But yun nga, no? Hindi kailangan pahirapan pa ang volleyball on the side of Alpha Insurance.
Well, you'll never forget your first, and you'll never forget the first win here for Alpha Insurance, getting one over an experienced Navy team, a team that has a lot of talent. And the way that they got through it, they had to fight back. That second set in particular, they were able to mount a bit of a comeback there and show everyone what they're made of mentally as well.
That's right. Actually, for Navy, no, meron chances left sana on that second set, but Alpha Insurance managed to change that momentum and get that second set, and then eventually getting their first win on that third set.
And of course, they're just acknowledging some of their supporters here at Alpha Insurance. And
All right, so currently we are here with our best player of the game, Don Nadera. So Don, congratulations to you and the rest of the Alpha Insurance Protectors. Ngayon naman mukhang ang ganda ng gising ng team today. Ano sa tingin mo yung mga nagbago sa mindset at energy ng team coming into today's match?
Siyempre po, sinimulan namin sa preparation namin sa training. And also, mentally prepared din kami papunta dito. Yung mindset namin talagang makukuha talaga yung game at talagang hindi kami hihinto as a team.
Ngayon naman, Don, syempre, it's been a series of almosts for the team. Pero today, ano sa tingin mo yung pinanghawakan mo para ma-secure at maipanalo ang first win nyo of the season?
Siguro po yung hindi talaga kami humihinto as a team kasi palagi naming iniisip na talagang first win to, dapat must win talaga and hindi talaga namin ibibigay ng basta-basta every team na makakalaban namin. And syempre po, galing sa talo, stay positive and motivated lang po kami and ginagawa namin lahat sa training para babawi sa next game namin.
Ayun, so thank you so much again to our best player of the game here, Don Adera. Kung may gusto kang batiin pala na friends, family, supporters na nanonood sa'yo ngayon.
Binabati ko pala yung family ko, nanonood sila live doon sa Bukidnon, Nadera family and Bacon family and sa mga friends ko doon sa volleyball community ng Bukidnon, ingat kayo dyan palagi. And saka sa girlfriend ko po na palaging sumusuporta sa akin. Thank you.
Ayan, so thank you so much again and congratulations to Don and the rest of the Alpha Insurance Protectors. That's all from us over here. Now back to you, Pao and Yos.
Thanks so much, Fiona Bicani, with that interview of Nadera, our best player of the game. And of course, also all our kababayans watching Bukidnon. I'm sure you're very proud of itong si Don Nadera. To give you the highlights here of set number 3. Yos, let's take a look at what happened here. It could have gone two ways. It could have been Alpha crumbling under pressure or them stepping up and making sure that they got the win, and the latter happened here today.
Actually, Navy had their chance on that second set, but Alpha Insurance managed to be steady on the reception and to lessen their error more. And yun nga, no, mas nakahabol sila on that second set. Hindi nila pinabayaan, mas umangat ng umangat ang Navy dito at talagang mas pinatibay nila yung mga offense nila on that game.
And you know, you take a look at Alpha in that third set in particular, napakaganda ng blocking nila. They had 4 blocks in that frame. And of course, they also kept, crucially, yung errors nila down, even at 5 apiece in terms of errors nila.
That's right. Even though yung mga errors nga, medyo na-lessen talaga nila, no? Yun nga talaga, still, yung timing ng errors na nakukommit. Actually, yung Navy, yung mas masakit on the side of Navy. Even though 5 points lang, but still, yun nga, timing and yun nga, the blocking of Alpha Insurance, 4 points compared to only 2. And 16 attacks compared to 11 itong Navy.
You know, Greg Dolor was such a big absence here for the PGJC Navy Sealions. Again, gunning for promotion sa Philippine Navy, so good luck to him. But of course, his absence was felt here today. 11 attack points in that last frame para sa PGJC Navy Sealions. While Alpha take away their first win, and partner, having their maiden win in the conference has to be very big for the confidence of the team. But of course, up next, we have a great one here. Signal HC Spikers against the Crisscross King Crunchers is up next for the final game of this triple header at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan. If you are still on your way here, we cannot wait to see you. If not, we'll see you on Pilipinas Live. Thank you very much for joining us in this one between Navy and the Alpha Insurance Protectors. Ako po si Paolo De Rosario alongside Yos Joson. It is Fiona Bacani joining us on the sidelines, and we cannot wait to see you for next game days.